Alhamdulillah, salatu salam ala Rasulillah. Today, inshallah, I'm going to be doing the Tafseer of Surah Masad. This surah was revealed after the Prophet ﷺ was ordered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to openly start the propagation of Islam. And the story goes that the Prophet ﷺ, he stood on top of a mountain which was known for making very important announcements, especially emergency announcements, and if the city of Mecca was under attack and so on. So he ﷺ got on top of the mountain and called the whole of the Quraysh, and he asked them a very simple question. He said that if I was to inform you that there's an army behind this mountain that are going to attack you very soon, would you believe me or not? And all of the Quraysh, knowing the honesty of the Prophet ﷺ and how he had never lied in his life, to the extent that he was known amongst the people as a Sadiq, they said that of course we would believe you. So then the Prophet ﷺ, after asking this question, he said to them, then I am telling you about an impending punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that would come to you if you do not accept my message of Islam, and that is to worship only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it didn't take long for Abu Lahab to pick up a stone and be the first one to throw it in the direction of the Prophet ﷺ, saying the words, Tabban lak ajama'tana li hadha. May you be destroyed. Did you gather us for this reason? So the same words that Abu Lahab used to denounce the Prophet ﷺ and to curse the Prophet ﷺ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used those same words to denounce him and curse him. So who was Abu Lahab? Abu Lahab, his real name was Abdul Uzza ibn Abdul Muttalib. Abdul Uzza ibn Abdul Muttalib. And his real kunya, or his nom de guerre, was Abu Ataba. But he was known as Abu Lahab because of his ruddy complexion, because of his face, which was very bright red all the time. Literally translated, Abu Lahab means father of the fire. And the play on his name actually comes at the end of the surah, which inshallah we'll talk about. But he was called Abu Lahab because of this reason, because of his ruddy and red complexion that people used to admire. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tab. May the hands of Abu Lahab be destroyed, and may he be destroyed. And some scholars say that the first was a dua, may the hands of Abu Lahab be destroyed, wa tab, and he was destroyed. So the second tab, it is an information that the destruction of Abu Lahab actually occurred. So what happened ultimately to Abu Lahab? Abu Lahab actually stayed alive for about 12 years after the first pronunciation of the propagation of the message of Islam openly by the Prophet ﷺ. So he had ample opportunity to become a Muslim. He saw the Muslims, he saw Islam close up, he heard the message of Islam and so on. So he had an opportunity to become Muslim. But the fact that he didn't, it indicates the truth of the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that despite the fact that he stayed alive for 12 years and he saw the Prophet ﷺ propagating Islam, he saw the revelation of the Quran taking place, he did not accept Islam. And ultimately, how did he die? He died of smallpox, and he died and his corpse was rotting for 3 days before the people around the children of Abu Lahab told them that, do you not have any shame that your father his corpse is rotting in his house and you're not doing anything about it? So ultimately they sent some slaves and they had the body washed from a distance, and using poles and so on, they basically dragged his body and shoved it into a pit and then covered it with stones. So this was the outcome of Abu Lahab, the staunch enemy of Islam, who was the first person to pick up a stone and throw it in the direction of the Prophet ﷺ. So again, Tabbat yada Abi Lahabin wa tab, may the hands of Abu Lahab be destroyed, wa tab, and he was destroyed. He did ultimately become destroyed. And even though it's talking about the future, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the past tense. And we will find throughout the Quran, whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even though He's talking about the future, He will use past tense because something very certain is about to happen or will happen in the future. So it is expressed in past tense. Why? Because generally speaking, when we talk about future tense, tomorrow I will do this, maybe I will be able to, maybe I will not be able to. But when we use the past tense, it's as if it's already happened. You know, we use a phrase in English. If somebody tells us to do something for them, and we want to ensure that we will do what it is they're asking, we say it's a done deal. It's a done deal, meaning you can be so sure that it's going to happen that I'm using the word done deal for the past, even though it's going to happen in the future. So that's why tabba, the past tense, is used. And we use the past tense throughout the Quran for the events of the Day of Judgment. وَنُفِخَ فِي الصُّورِ, and so on. So that inshallah we can discuss at another time. Coming back to this surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala denounced Abu Lahab, and he died a very painful and horrible death. مَا أَغْنَى عَنْهُ مَالُهُ وَمَا كَسَبَ, his wealth and whatever he earned did not benefit him. So وَمَا كَسَبَ, some scholars say it refers to his children. But in any case, he used to brag about his wealth, and he used to sarcastically say to the Prophet ﷺ that if there's an opportunity for God to punish me, I have so much wealth and my children will support me, I am going to use my wealth and my children to save myself from the punishment of God, from the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He condemned his statement and said, مَا أَغْنَى عَنْهُ مَالُهُ وَمَا كَسَبَ, his wealth and whatever he earned will not benefit him in the least. And again, مَا أَغْنَى, it is using the past tense, even though it's talking about the future, that it will not benefit him in the least. سَيَصْلَى نَارًا ذَاتَ لَهَبٍ, he will be burned by the fire which is full of lahab, which is full of blazes. So here we have the play on his name. He was known as Abu Lahab. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that he will burn in the fire that has the blazes, that is full of lahab. So he will be burned by that fire. وَامْرَأَتُهُ حَمَّالَةَ الْحَطَبِ, and his wife, the carrier of the firewood. So his wife also assisted Abu Lahab in criticizing the Prophet ﷺ, rebuking the Prophet ﷺ, and assisting her husband in doing whatever she could to insult the Prophet ﷺ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala condemns his wife, who is known as Jamil, who happened to be the sister of Abu Sufyan. Why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say Hammalat al-Hatab? There are a few explanations given by the scholars. The first explanation is that she actually used to get firewood which was full of thorns, and she used to lay it in the path of the Prophet ﷺ just to give he ﷺ a hard time. That's one explanation. The second explanation is that because she is assisting her husband, Abu Lahab, in criticizing and rebuking the Prophet ﷺ, she is actually putting more fuel into the fire of Jahannam to burn him. She's actually assisting in his punishment. So this is another meaning that is given for Hammalat al-Hatab, and another meaning is that she used to go around backbiting and slandering. كانت تمشي بالنميمة. So a person who goes around slandering and gossiping and takes gossip from one person to the next, basically they go around lighting fires everywhere and causing dissent and disputes amongst people. So the carrier of firewood, in that sense, again, it's figurative, that she's basically causing arguments and fights between people. So she's the carrier of firewood, meaning the gossip that she took from place to place. وَامْرَأَتُهُ حَمَّالَةَ الْحَطَبِ, his wife, the carrier of the firewood. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the end says, فِي جِيدِهَا حَبْلٌ مِّن مَسَدٍ. In her neck, there'll be a rope of Masad. And what does that mean? That she'll get a rope of Masad. She had, according to one riwayah, she had a necklace, a very valuable necklace. And she used to say that I'm going to take this necklace and use the proceeds from this necklace to do whatever I can to fight against the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, no. What you will get is, you will get this necklace as a source of punishment for you on the Day of Judgment. And another thing is that she will get, another explanation is that she will get chains on the Day of Judgment that will be wrapped around her neck. Another explanation is that she will have those chains in the hellfire itself. Different explanations for this word, but in any case, this is again a condemnation of that woman that supported her husband blindly in rebuking and criticizing the Prophet ﷺ. So again, the story is because of the Prophet ﷺ started giving da'wah. Abu Lahab, he started pursuing and criticizing the Prophet ﷺ, and because of that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala condemned him. The translation one more time, Tabbat yada Abi Lahabin wa tab. May the hands of Abu Lahab be destroyed, and may he be destroyed, or he also will be destroyed. Ma aghna anhu maluhu wa ma kasab. Whatever he earned, his wealth, and whatever he earned will not benefit him in the least. Sayasla naran dhata lahab. He will be burned in a fire that is full of blazes. وَامْرَأَتُهُ حَمَّالَةَ الْحَطَبِ. And his wife, who was the carrier of firewood, فِي جِيدِهَا حَبْلٌ مِّن مَسَدٍ. In her neck will be a rope made of masad. Masad, the root letter is mim, sin, and dal. It means a rope made out of date palm fiber. Okay, so again, I've explained the different explanations of what this verse means, and this concludes the explanation of Surah Al-Masad. Jazakumullah khairan for listening. Inshallah, we're going to be doing the grammatical analysis of Tabbat Yada, Surah Al-Masad. The first word is Tabbat, which is past tense feminine, and the root letter is actually Ta, Ba, and Ba. And this basically means to destroy, to be destroyed. And you've already heard why that word is being used in the context in which it's being used to refer to the hands of Abu Lahab. So Ta Ba Ba is the root letter, and the word Tabbat, as you can see it here, this is the feminine form, and it refers to the hands which are coming next. Now, why is the feminine form used for hands? In Arabic, objects and things are also masculine and feminine. Just like in French, just like in Urdu, just like many languages, there is this concept that things, objects are also feminine. And the rule when it comes to the body parts is that whenever the body parts are a dual, then they would be regarded as feminine. So in this case, the hands, they are dual, feet, they are double, the eyes are double, ears, they are double. So whenever you have this doubling in the body parts, those body parts are regarded as feminine. So that's why the feminine formulation has been used for the hands, which are going to be mentioned right next after that. So the word yadani, yada, actually is yadani, yadani. And this is the dual form. The singular form is yad, which means hand. Yadani, whenever you put ani at the end of a word, it refers to dual. So rajulani, which means two men. Rajul is one man, rajulani is two men. So yadani means two hands. So both hands of Abu Lahab are being cursed here, that they will be destroyed. So what happens when you have, why has the noon being removed of Yadani? Why? Because right after that, possession is being shown. And possession here, Abi, it is showing the hands of Abu, the hands of Abu Lahab. So Yada Abi. So just like, for example, you would say Baitani, Baitani, which means two houses. But if you want to show the possession to Zayd, you would say Zaydin, Bay, and the noon would be removed. So it would end up being Baita Zaydin. So that's why in Yada, the noon has been removed. So the translation would become the hands, both of the hands of Abu Lahab will perish or will be destroyed. The word Lahab, it means fire, and the reason that Abu Lahab was called Abu Lahab was because he had a very red, ruddy face, and something that he was proud of, that he was a very handsome man, and because of that he was known as Abu Lahab. So Lahab actually means burning fire, but he was known as Abu Lahab because of his reddish complexion. Watab, and this word tab, actually it was tababa, and the rule is that whenever you have two of the same form in the past tense, the both are combined and the combination is expressed using a shadda, so it becomes tabba. Okay, and what it means here, and he also will be perished. Tabba is the past tense, third person masculine. So what it means is, may the hands of Abu Lahab be perished, and he also be perished. Ma aghna anhu. Ma here, it is a feminine ma. And I've mentioned before that ma can come in many forms and many meanings. Here it's a negative ma. And aghna means to benefit someone. And you can see the root letter is very clear there. The root letter is ghina. Okay, gha, noon, and ya. And we know what ghani means. Ghani means someone who is carefree. He doesn't need anything. Generally, it's used to refer to a rich person. But when you take it into this form of aghna, it means to benefit someone. So ma aghna anhu, that the wealth did not benefit him, which the wealth is coming on later on, the word malu. So his wealth did not benefit him. Wama kasab,
Now here the ma, the second ma here, it is a ma mawsula. Okay, so ma mawsula means that ma which goes into the meaning of, which is the meaning of what, whatever. Wama kasab. Kasaba means to earn, and the root letter is right there, kaf, sin, and ba, kasab. So again the translation would be ma aghna anhu maluhu wa ma kasab. His wealth did not benefit him, and whatever he earned also did not benefit him. That's what it means. Sayasla, the word yasla, it means, it is, the root letter is saliya. Saliya. Sad, lam, and ya. And yasla is the mudari form of that, which means the present tense. Okay, so it's like that, yasla. And it means he will enter. Now that scene that you see over here, this scene, you will see this scene which is added in the front of mudari, and it means that in a very close time this will happen. In a very close time it will happen. So saliya yasla means to be burned by, to be burnt by. So sayasla naran, he will be burnt by, in a fire. Dhata lahab, nar obviously it means fire. Dhata lahab, dhata, it is the feminine form of dhu. Dhu means, for example, if we say dhu lihyatin, describing a person who has a beard, you would say a bearer of a beard. So this dhu means one who has a beard. One who has a beard. So dhata, because fire is also feminine, so therefore the feminine form of dhu is dhata. And lahab, which is like the blazing fire, so it is a play on words that people called him Abu Lahab, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to make him burn in a fire that is full of blazing flames. So again, it is to kind of downgrade him or degrade him, and to show that he will have a very evil end. We have discussed that already in the translation, why that happened and what was the reason that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cursed him this way. وَامْرَأَتُهُ حَمَّالَةَ الْحَطَبِ, and his wife, imra'a, it refers to a woman, and the masculine form of that is mar'un, and the female form is mar'atun. And sometimes when you are joining it with a waw, or sometimes it's imra'atun also. So in this case it's imra'atun, and because of the waw and the hamzatul wasl, you say wamra'atuhu, and his wife. And the word hammala, it is, the root letter is ha, mim, and lam, to carry. Now whenever you have it in this form, in this particular form, it means somebody who does it all the time. Okay, so kadhab, for example, means a person who lies all the time. Sarraq would mean somebody who steals all the time. So hammalat al-hatab, she used to carry firewood all the time. Hammalatun, and the ta obviously at the end, it indicates femininity because she's a female. Al-hatab, it refers to firewood. So his wife, she used to carry firewood, and that's why she's known as Hammalat al-Hatab. And what she did with the firewood and so on, we have already discussed that in the translation. في جيدها حبل من مسد, and in her neck, jeed refers to the neck of a person. Habl, it means rope. Min, from. Masad, from date palm fibers. So masad, the root letter is, as you can see, mim, sin, and dal, and it refers to a rope that has been formed from date palm fibers. And the word masada in a verb form means to actually weave a rope, to actually get date palm fibers or any fibers and to weave a rope out of it. The verb for it is masada. Okay, so fi is harful jar, again going to the top, and because of fi, jeed over here, the dal has a kasra. So fi, in her neck, ha refers to a pronoun her, neck. Hablun will be a rope, min, made from, min actually means from, of, masad, of date palm fiber. So with this we complete the grammatical analysis of Suratul Masad. Jazakumullahu khairan.